Is it back to school time for your family? This book is so much fun. It's a school joke book. So your kids can be prepared to tell funny jokes to all their friends and their teacher when it's appropriate timing, of course. These are kind of funny, like mom jokes or dad jokes, but my kids find them hilarious. I think they're funny. Some are better than others, but they can search and find the really good ones. I also like to give my kiddos poetry books. This is by my favorite author, Eric Odie, Otters, Snails, and Tadpole Tales, Poems from the Wetlands. And I live in the Pacific Northwest, so maybe I have an extra kind of leaning towards this kind of book. A fun way to read this book is by, for example, reading just the poem without reading the title, and then have your listeners figure out what is the animal or critter or thing that we are talking about in the poem. And do you ever ask your kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? I mean, a lot of kids will say, I want to be a vet or work with animals. So this series, That's a Job. I like animals. What jobs are there? They can kind of broaden their horizons and think about different ways they can work with animals if they are an animal lover. And I absolutely adore this series and how it expands the ideas that kids can have for what they want to be when they grow up. And there's several in this series. If they like the outdoors, or if they like helping people, if they like art, if they like space, if they are a sports fanatic, or the performing arts, there's so many great options in that series. Another great book to have as you prepare for back to school, as you start the new school year. A lot of homeschooling parents also use this book. This is the Timelines of World History, published by Usborne. And this one has great illustrations and photographs, bite-sized chunks of information. It's a great resource to add to your home library. Another amazing encyclopedia that we have is the Usborne Encyclopedia of World History. There's also a science encyclopedia. And this one also has those bite-sized chunks of information and illustrations and photographs. So they're going to be really entertained and engaged, and it's not going to be overwhelming, and they can really retain the information a little bit better that way. So those are a few of the books that I like to recommend for all those kids going back to school.